What do you think is the most important thing that you can do for your health this year? When it comes to our health, there are so many important factors. There's decreasing the unhealthy habits, which are things like smoking and excess sugar and alcohol. And then there's creating healthier habits like better sleep, hydration, a healthy weight, building muscle to increase our longevity, and so many, many more. All of these are valuable, but on the eve of 2025, a brand new year, I want to suggest that the most important thing that you can do this year is to celebrate your success goal, the goal that you want to reach ahead of time. Now stick with me. This will all begin to make sense. I'm going to use weight loss as a goal, but you can apply this to any goal, personal or professional. It could be things like getting that new position, maybe cultivating a healthier relationship, or building your cardio or strength. So take a moment and think about it. What is one goal? It could be a health goal. I recommend a health goal that you would feel so proud of reaching this time next year. Got it? Your brain might already be chiming in saying, resolutions don't last. Well, just calm it down right now and say, I hear you, and that's not what she's talking about. Or maybe it's saying things like, you're fine just the way you are. And you absolutely are. You are good just the way you are. But are you confident that your internal health matches your external appearance? It's nothing to do with being good enough or worthy enough. It's simply health. We're looking at facts here. Here's the thing. I know it's not always popular to talk about, but health issues often come about silently. They accumulate. As a former ER nurse, I've seen it happen. Normal blood work one month, and then a big health scare the following month. So let's not wait. When I set a goal, I come to gratitude for everything. I mean everything. The annoying people, the setbacks, the disappointments, along with the wonderful things that have happened already in my life or that I'm just so appreciative of right now. The highs, the lows, and everything in between have all been opportunities for growth. They've been part of developing who we are today. True gratitude isn't just an intellectual exercise. It's felt in your body. You might notice yourself smiling, feel your shoulders relaxed, get a warmth in your body. I always say it's stimulating from my heart. And another common one is just simply a sigh. Being able to become grateful, to be thankful for what we might deem as failures, won't be for everybody. Not everyone will be willing to put the work in to make that shift. We tend to stick to our story, what we've been thinking about it. And when we do that, we won't see the opportunity for growth. We won't be able to see what came from it. It could be a someone, it could be a something. So to add to that, imagine if you were able to include failures to what you want to achieve this year. Maybe you wouldn't fear failing as much. In my Feel Light Mind and Body program, starting soon, January 13th, we embrace all of these lessons. In fact, we expect obstacles. And when we can expect them, then we can embrace them. We can create strategies ahead of time and be ready for them when they come. These strategies will help us move through them without defaulting back to the old way and the self-sabotage or emotionally eating. Which reminds me, you might be finding this podcast for the first time. So let me introduce myself. I'm Clarenda Price, a certified life and weight loss coach, personal trainer, and was a nurse for 21 years. I help women like you who are thriving in so many areas, yet struggle with weight loss, stress eating, and decreased energy. I teach women how to make lasting changes that go beyond the dieting. My approach combines simple, science-based strategies to get to the root cause of overeating, as well as resetting your hunger hormones, which then makes everything easier and more sustainable. With this proven process, my clients build healthy habits that stick, without relying on willpower or hours spent at the gym. The result is they feel better. They feel more comfortable in their skin, in their clothes, on camera, and so much more. Here on this podcast, I love to share tips and tactics and tools even sometimes to help you transform your life, your health, and to empower you to live the healthiest life possible. Whether you decide to take the next step and work together or with me in the Feel Light Mind and Body group program, or if you're just simply here and going to soak up the episode, I'm so glad you're here. I'm grateful for you, along with all the faithful listeners. Okay, let's get intentional. First, think about your goal. What was it that came to mind right away? You may decide to use that, or even if you listen to this again later, you might think of another goal that you want to work on. Next, identify the obstacles. What is it that seems to always get in the way when you're trying to reach that goal? Or maybe in your mind, you know that that's what's come up with other people. Identify it. And the reason why that's important to do so is because then you're prepared. So when it comes along, you're like, oh yeah, right, there you are. I knew it was going to happen. I knew one of these nights I wouldn't sleep well. And in the morning, I would get off my routine. And then that night, I'd be feeling like I was failing. And yeah, we're going to stop that right now. We're going to nip this. We're just simply going to, with the very next decision, get going again. That's what we're going to do because you've anticipated ahead of time. You've decided how you want to handle it, and you may also learn new strategies from what you can learn from other people, whether it's people in a supportive group, whether it's a coach like me, whether it's another trainer somewhere that you're learning from, whatever it is. Create and kind of collect those strategies for that obstacle. That way, you're not going through the same cycle over and over again, because our brain will go to the most used neural pathway, the strongest one, and that usually isn't the way or the answer, because if it was, you wouldn't be setting that goal again. Does that make sense? I've used an example before of the solution to your problem usually isn't in the circling. That's our story. That's what we're constantly thinking. This is the way I do it. This is the way I should do it. But then we still don't have a solution. The answer to your problem is usually outside, somewhere in the magic zone. And it's not really magic. It's just sometimes the outside perspective, a perspective from someone who can see the full picture instead of you being inside looking out trying to see that picture. I've made sure that the Feel Light Mind and Body program has strategies in place for your obstacles that come up. They're very common obstacles, but then there's personalized ones that sometimes we find them when we're on a call one-on-one or in the group coaching. Without having tools and strategies in place, it's just a matter of time until willpower, until you white-knuckled it and you're exhausted. You're like, enough. I'm done. I'm so tired of doing this and trying over and over again. So next, you want to visualize it. You want to visualize it happening. You want to visualize you at that goal. You've achieved it. You're the person who's there. Just close your eyes for a moment. Take a nice deep breath in and exhale it out or sigh it out and just think. What am I thinking or doing right now? What can you see? What are you wearing? Who's beside you? How do you feel? So now, yes, right now, I want you to be thankful that you've reached that goal, and I want you to celebrate that success. And here's why I encourage you to celebrate it ahead of time. The reason why we want to do or achieve something is because of the feeling we think we're going to have upon reaching it. It's really the feeling we're after. Yet the reality is the feeling that you want, be it peace, confidence, or feeling proud, doesn't come from the external goal. It actually comes from your thoughts. And that's great news because that means you can feel it now. You don't have to wait for weeks or months or even a year from now. You don't have to keep chasing that success. You can start celebrating it now and living into it. By doing so, you won't just have temporary success and then revert back. You will feel aligned, and you'll be aligning how you're thinking and feeling with your actions. And it's just a matter of time until you get the results that you want, the success goal that you're already celebrating, that you can celebrate starting today. And when you're doing that, you're really tapping into that future self, the person who has reached her goal, and she's saying, it's okay that you messed up in this area. It's okay that you overate that meal. It's only one meal. Let's go. You'll be more consistent. You'll gain momentum. And it will simply make the process, the goal that you want to achieve, more enjoyable and attainable. Gratitude, connection, they're the highest frequencies when we talk about energy. And we know that energy is real. It's not just some woo-woo thing. It's science. Think about when you walk into a room. What's that expression when two people are maybe arguing or it's tense moments? You don't even have to be looking. You can feel it. And they say you can cut it with a knife. And that magic, that energy is magnetic. And we also know that expression that like attracts like. So if you're a heart-centered woman and this is piquing your interest, guess what? I have a gift for you. I have opened up my calendar for the next 2 weeks with a lot more slots for time. It's for a 20-minute free consult. Let's talk about your goal, your challenges, and your next best step. Whether or not we work together, you'll leave feeling more empowered and clear. I encourage you, don't wait to invest in your health. Time, money, accolades, they all mean so much more when you have your health to enjoy them. So click the link in the show notes to book your session now. And do you want to hear a fun reason why celebrating your success goal now, ahead of time, might just be one of the best things you can do for your health this year? Think of something you've anticipated. It could be something as recent as Christmas last week, or it could be a vacation. Isn't it true that often the anticipation feels just as good or even sometimes better than the event itself? We light up just thinking about it, talking about it, or taking the little steps to plan for it. Well, the same anticipation is available for your weight loss and health goals. In the Feel Light Mind and Body community, we keep the process simple and enjoyable. More often than not, when the 3-month program ends, the women want to go again. They want to dive deeper into the rich content. They want to apply some of the tools and strategies to another area of their lives, or they simply want that consistent support and accountability, that community where they realize, oh, I'm not alone in this. Oh, someone else has that same situation that they are challenged by. Or sometimes it's like, I didn't even notice that I was doing or thinking the same thing. Even though there are replays of the coaching calls, I always strongly recommend my members show up for the weekly sessions, whether it's been a fantastic week or whether it's been one of those weeks. Very challenging. Maybe they didn't have time to watch a video or do one of the worksheets or even plan a meal. It doesn't matter. They just show up as they are. There's no judgment. There's only support, help, empowerment, and helping you be more accountable, get back in the game so that you're not going into a burnout phase or that old routine of on again and off again of the bandwagon. Spinning your wheels is exhausting. It's discouraging. It feels terrible. So why? Why put yourself through that again? It simply steals your time and energy from being able to create the life that you truly want. So don't let that be your story this time next year, okay? Be open to receiving. Be open to learning. Be open to revisiting some of the concepts that you may have already learned, but knowing and integrating are totally different things. I tend to attract women with big hearts into this community. They love their family dearly and often put their family first, sometimes to their own detriment. And listen, I get it. I'm an example right now. I've never, and I don't like to record this in the dark, but pretty much it is dark. It is later on a Sunday evening, but I chose to spend that time with my daughter, who I only see 2, 3, most 4 times a year. She had a 30-hour delay. So what I had been setting up to record the podcast, I'm like, do I want to do that? Or do I want to spend this opportunity with her? So that's great. Short term, I'm okay with that. But it would be a problem if I was constantly putting her needs ahead of my own, because then I wouldn't be able to create this. I wouldn't be able to share what I have learned and experienced. And therefore, I wouldn't be empowering as many women. If we always put others first while neglecting our health, then we won't be able to show up the way we really, really want to show up for them. And that is an energized, confident, contented mother, wife, friend, whatever. And while it's great to put others first, I believe in that. I do that. I love to do that. But if it is constant and it's taking away from your health, eating up the time, which creates a neglect in the things that will make you healthier and feel more energized, then you're not going to show up in the capacity that you really would like to for your family and friends. And I know that's what you want for yourself as well as for your family. So let's decide right now to make this year different. Let's celebrate ahead of time, savor the journey, and create sustainable, healthy changes that will improve our health, our energy, and the quality of our relationships and experience in life. This can be your healthiest and lightest year ever. Why not you? And why not now? And I just say, watch out 2025, because when women start empowering other women, when we're lifting each other up and supporting each other, the ripple effect on the world, on our relationships, it's beautiful. It's amazing. And I'm excited for it. I'm celebrating ahead of time of the women that I'm going to help get to that point in their life as well. I'm visualizing the transformations, the befores and afters, the testimonials. It's not all about how it's looking on the outside. We know that. That's why it's called Feel Light, Mind, and Body. The weight you lose in your mind and in your emotions, that is often what people say is way more valuable than simply the number on the scale and the pounds gone, as much as they appreciate that. I'm already celebrating for you. I'm holding space for your success and cheering you on. Thank you for being part of this community. And if you rate, review, or share this podcast, make sure you take a screenshot and send it to me, because for the next couple of weeks, every entry counts towards the draw of an Amazon gift card. Your support means so much to me. Let's step into 2025 with gratitude, intention, and excitement.